Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead and specifically Rick Grimes. I'm here with a bit of an update and discussion video. Just things in relation to Rick Grimes. And some interesting news that we have. I want to give, obviously, before I do get into it, though, I'll give a spoiler warning for the show. I guess I should actually say a spoiler warning for The Walking Dead and The World Beyond. I don't think I'm going to talk too much about Fear the Walking Dead, but hey, you know what? I'll just say it in case. Spoiler warning in case you're not caught up with the Walking Dead shows. And then also, if you are a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But yeah, let's get into this video. Alright, so the reason I want to talk about Rick Grimes is because we usually get, we were always getting little tidbits here and there, and sometimes I like compiling them into like one video and talking about a bunch of stuff regarding one theme. And that is Rick Grimes today. So the first thing I want to talk about is that some news came out that executive producer Gale Anne Hurd, who you probably have heard of, not only from The Walking Dead, but she's like a big time producer. She has been confirmed apparently to be a producer on the Rick Grimes movie. Now she does produce, The Walking Dead already, like all 3 shows, but I think it's really cool to see that she's confirmed to be a producer on the Rick Grimes movie. A bunch of people were talking about it on Twitter. And even comicbook.com wrote an article about it. So I think, it is happening. It makes sense because, like I said, she already produces The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and World Beyond. But I think it's pretty cool. It gets me excited to read this because I'm a big fan of Gale Anne Hurd's films also. Like, she's produced a lot of great films. For example, she produces like a lot of James Cameron films, like The Terminator, his Terminator films, but also she produces like the franchise. She produces The Abyss, Aliens, and a bunch of other films. She has a really good filmography. And I again, she already produces The Walking Dead, but because of what they're saying about this Rick Grimes movie and how it's supposed to be a pretty big scale, it's going to be like a real movie, seeing that Gale Anne Hurd is going to produce it gets me excited just simply due to her, her films that she produced in the past. We don't know the exact budget just yet, but I'm definitely excited to find out. Hopefully eventually. And even when we watch the movie, I think it'll be really interesting because this isn't just going to be an extended episode. It's going to be like a full movie. And I know a lot of people are frustrated, like, why is it taking so long? But the movie got announced in late 2018, so like 2.5 years ago, a little bit more than 2.5 years ago, I think. But in terms of movies, in terms of if they're trying to go for a big budget film or a full scale film, 2.5 years isn't that long, really. I know we're all waiting for more information about the film. I think release date for sure. Like, as soon as we're all waiting for the release date, I think it's gonna come out in 2022. I think it's gonna have some sort of I think it's gonna come out after season 11. I think it's gonna have a connection with that possibly or something. But I think we're also waiting for filming news because once a movie starts filming or a TV show starts filming, we can get a pretty good rough idea of when it could possibly come out. And we've talked about this in the past, but Andrew Lincoln did say they're aiming for a spring-summer 2021 filming date. So, we'll see what happens with that. We still have some time. Obviously, it's still spring. And any information we get about filming, obviously, I'll talk about that as well. But could you imagine they start filming and they release like an image of Rick Grimes, like release an image of Andrew Lincoln as Rick Grimes, like a first look or something like that. Like, I think the Walking Dead fan base would just go bonkers. I know I would. That would be so cool. A lot of movies already do that. When people start filming, they start marketing a little early or building up the hype. So that would be something really cool if that happens with The Walking Dead. But the next thing I want to talk about in Rick Grimes is in relation with The World Beyond Season 2. Because remember, that is also coming out later this year. I don't know exactly when. We know The Walking Dead Season 11, and I'm not really sure what the schedule is going to be like because we still have The Walking Dead Season 11 coming out on August 22nd. Fear the Walking Dead and Season 6 ends on June, like the third week of June or something like that. Yeah, like I think it's gonna be, yeah, like June 13th or something. So there's about like a 2 month break between season 6 and season 11 of The Walking Dead. I don't think, the Fear the Walking Dead isn't gonna be on there because they haven't even announced it or announced a trailer or anything like that. So I think we'll have a break there. But they also said season 7 apparently of Fear the Walking Dead is coming out in 2021. That's according to their 2021 video that they released in the beginning of the year, like, everything we're seeing on The Walking Dead this year. So my guess is we're probably going to get The World Beyond at the end of the year with with Fear the Walking Dead season 7, like a back-to-back thing, which is what they did last year. They did Fear the Walking Dead and The World Beyond back-to-back, which I thought was pretty cool. So they probably will do that again with either The Walking Dead season 11 or Fear the Walking Dead season 7. But yeah, in terms of The Walking Dead World Beyond, this is what I was talking about. So there's some news going around. Scott Gimple had that interview, and it was with that interview with The Walking Dead universe on Twitch. These are some places that World Beyond will be taking place. 2 very different locations, and there's a number of worlds this season on World Beyond. The Walking Dead Chief Content Officer teased during a recent appearance on Twitch's The Walking Dead universe. Very, very different locales that the story takes place in. It's 2 very different places, and there's a couple more crazy different places on top of that. So we know that they're headed over to wherever the CRM is held up in, like New York. So when he said this, people were talking about how he could have a connection with Rick Grimes. I think comicbook.com even titled their article, places visited by Rick Grimes. So, I think it's definitely possible for sure. Like, yeah, because remember when, why am I stumbling on her name right now? What is her name? Elizabeth Kublik, the leader of the CRM as we know it. She was talking to that one soldier and told the other CRM soldiers to send him to like the health and welfare center or something like that. And then we actually saw a glimpse of their community of like 200,000 people. So we've already sort of seen places that potentially could have Rick Grimes there, or he could have been there in the past, like that huge community of 200,000 people. Rick could have been there. The health and welfare center, yeah, for sure. Given that Rick was injured when they found him, he could have been there also. So it's not really out of the question that these other places they go are places that Rick Grimes have been in. I gotta say, like, the mythology of the World Beyond, the backstory and things that, the possibilities with the World Beyond are just really, really fascinating to me. Like, they could do a lot. I think the CRM is like a really fascinating group. The World Beyond season 1 it definitely picked up in the second half. So I am excited for the World Beyond season 2 to see what happens. But they could do a lot. The CRM is definitely an interesting group, and I want to learn more about them. And because the group is actually going over there, I feel like there's a lot more we could learn. They also released this image. It was like an on-set image. This was going around all over the place. It was on Reddit. It was on comicbook.com. I just want to give credit to where credit is deserved, right? Because I just have discussions, but I want to make sure I give credit to people, where these photos come from. But yeah, so this image is really interesting to me because it's like a globe in front of a building. So to me, that kind of reminded me of like maybe like a museum or some, I don't know, some scientific building, some place maybe they're doing. We already know they're doing tests on walkers and stuff like that and experiments. But seeing like a globe like this in front of a building, it kind of tells you like, yeah, this building is a big deal, guys. And if this is like a location of where they're filming, that gets me pretty excited because it looks like it's some interesting building. And this could potentially be like one of those places that Rick Grimes has visited. Now remember, to us, Rick Grimes is like, he's like the main guy, right? Like he started in episode 1. We love him. He, for us, Rick Grimes is like that, ultimate character. But you also have to remember, for these guys, the CRM, we don't really know what's been going on the past 6 years with Rick Grimes there. Has he grown? Has he grown to be like a a high-ranking officer there or something like that? Is he a leader? Or is he just another one of their, community members? Because they have a lot of people, remember. So I don't know if we will get like some sort of direct hint at Rick Grimes in the show. I think it'll be really cool. Like, if he has grown to be like a high-ranking person, within their group, the CRM, yeah, that would be really cool to hear his name. I'm not betting on seeing him because that would he is getting movies, so that could also maybe be an argument for him possibly being high ranking. We'll see. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's an interesting question, and I'm definitely interested in hearing what you guys think about that. Like, do you think Rick Grimes, he is Rick Grimes though, right? Like, he is the main character, so like the writers probably have given him some interesting thing. But like, do you guys think he's become, an important character within the CRM? I think if he's been gone for 6 years, it's definitely possible. But you guys let me know what you think. But this image of the globe that's been going around, yeah, like this looks to be some important building. It could be the building where they're actually doing the experiments, because we only saw like the inside of the building, where they were doing it. So that would be really interesting. But seeing that the group is actually going there gets me pretty excited. But you guys let me know what you think about that in the comments down below, and let me know what you think about the Rick Grimes movie in general. I want to talk a little bit about a variety of topics, but mainly revolving around Rick Grimes. So hopefully you guys did enjoy that. I'm gonna wrap it up there for this video. Again, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. And if you are a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more content. And as always, thanks for watching. Please take care, and I'll see you guys soon.